Hi, how's it going? Yes, I know I have a daffodil picture up, and excuse me, folks, but I've been going like a one-arm paper hanger since I fell out of bed this morning at like 9:30. And so I've barely had time. I haven't even brushed my hair. I just threw it up in a knot because I was because I was transplanting. Oh yeah, this is going to make me sneeze. Anybody else sneeze when they brush their hair? Hey, oh, give me a minute. Oh, hey, give me a second here. Yes, I'm going to medicate behind my fan. This cup of tea is my first full cup of tea today because when I have something I've got to do and I know I got to do it, it's one of those things where, you know how they say, don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. Well, when I put something off, oh, I still look a mess. Excuse me. When I have to do something, it happens before I even have my first cup of tea. Well, I made my first cup of tea, but then again, I sat down and I started transplanting plants, and I filled my teacup full of dirt. Aloha, hello, Mary Cook. Is Bev is a G and day in Canada. I'm not sure I understood that statement. Let me say hi to everybody while you try and now remember, folks, no more than 3 emoticons and only put Bev in all caps. Everything else, because Google has some kind of ghost, the dirt under my nails. Let me just say hi to everybody. Ann Bartz, Bama Missy White, Betty Randall, Shall Surf, Carol McKinney, Kathy Miller, Deborah Bjornson, Helen 22, Jean Phillips, Joe Mama, Karen Ludwig, Leah Schism, Lucy Castillo, Lynn Marie, Malka Ringle, hi Malka, Mama Cat, hi Mama. And the list is jumping. Pearly White. Where's my kid? There's my kiss for Lauren. Star Davis, Sue Martin, Sherry Leach, Pam Robertson, Minnesota Country Girl, and the list is jumping. All right, let me pop out my chat. Go into live chat. Okay, so hey Ahmad, how are you? Dallas, yes, we've missed you very much, Dallas. How have you been doing? Okay, Mary Jane's home from the hospital. They were able to do the surgery laparoscopically. They got rid of the tumors inside and outside of her neobladder with good margins. And now that she's back home, she's going to have a personal support worker back. They're going to get her dialysis. They're going to try and figure out a way of getting her dialysis. And right now, because of the surgery on it, she's at home on a catheter. So, hi, Autumn Gypsy. I'm doing great today. When it never fails. Ow! When life gets you down, work, especially at the end of the winter, work with something living. Now, is Stephen here? Stephen, if you see this, you were right. I was wrong. I will never argue with a degreed horticulturist. I wanted to say arborist, but it's in my brain. Hey, Sumri, it is a beautiful day. It's starting to haze over now, the clouds, but it's been sunny. The windows have been open all day. Oh, Dallas, doing okay. Just took Chuck of my arm out, however, on the door jamb. Dang it, already taken care of, cleaned and bandaged. Oh, darling, be more careful. It's very ouchies. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Kisses. Okay. Where's Tessie? Hey, Homestead Tessie, did you get? Yeah, I was going to say, did you get the email? You did. Okay, awesome. Don't pick at the scab, right? So, waiting in line to get my vaccine. Oh wow, yeah. Apparently, this is the way they should have been doing it in the first place. The people who needed it the most, like for instance, I don't want a vaccine. Period. Full stop. Neither does Howard. But his mother, she said, "Well, I don't know." And I said, "Mom, seriously, you're 82. If you get COVID, it will kill you." So, in this case, I'm just going to tell you to vote your conscience and listen to your doctor, right? So, anyway, hi, Plaid Nanny. Oh, well, I'm glad, Tessie. We stick together and, young hearts be free tonight. Should say respectful hearts, but anyway, what's going on is remember when I made my homemade soil booster out of banana peels and coffee grounds and worm castings and Epsom salts and stuff. Well, Stephen, our resident degreed horticulturist, said that might be a little bit too hot for babies. And I thought, okay, well, I'll cut it back. I did not cut it back enough. Yes, dear? No. You just hiding from me? Yep. You can turn that on 15 minutes, cook anytime, dear. All right. Thank you. Hi, Doris. My connection is bad. Hope it will be better soon. Well, try refreshing. I'm staying home until the single shot is here, but no, I need it. Oh, I know. Right? I've got, members of my family. They don't get the shot. If they get COVID, it'll kill them. I'm willing to take that risk for me. I'm not telling other people what to do, right? Hi, Cindy. Ow. That just hurt. So, Steve, I didn't, Bev, just asking if it's a grand day there. Oh, yes, it's a beautiful day. Although the clouds are now coming in and we'll soon be starting to shut down the windows because the sun's getting ready to go down. Okay, Jean. What's going on with Suzette? My lettuce is peeping out soil. Well, I'm going to tell you. My soil, it wasn't just that remember I made my own soil booster, like a organic fertilizer. And then I mixed it with perlite in organic garden soil that I bought by the bag. What was missing? Lots of rich composted material to break it all up. So I had too much fertilizer, not enough fibrous compost, and I almost killed all my celery. Hey, Helen. Hey, Deborah, how are you, darling? So you can give plants a bit of boost after the first true leaves of seedlings. Seed soil should be just Pro Mix or seed starter soil. I know, Stephanie, I'm sorry. But the thing is I thought I was making my own Pro Mix. I don't know shit, okay? So what I had to do is, I had 6 trays of 72 individual seed cells of celery. Well, some of them didn't grow, some of them died. And I realized that those seed cells were not big enough, okay, to give the roots what they needed. And so I went to the hardware store, I went to the dollar store looking for the 4 instead of 6 in a thing, right? They didn't have any. So what I decided is I took all the individual seed cells out of the tray. I filled the tray with potting soil, and then I dug out each plant out of the individual cells, and I planted them, roots and all, and dirt and all, in the potting soil. So now I have an itch, and it's driving me nuts. So now it's potting soil with the boosted soil mixed kind of together. And if you look when you turn those little seed cells over, there's more air under them than there is space. So I've like doubled their soil space. But I was able to put more plants. So I went from 6 trays, cheese and crackers. I have an itch, down to 4 because I took all the seed cells out. Mary Cook, Bev having a total knee replacement Thursday. Will be home on Friday. Well, you know what? We'll be praying for you. You hang in there. Knee replacement. You're gonna love it. Follow the doctor's orders. Work that knee the way they tell you to work it, because the way they leave you cheese and crackers. I must have a hive or something. Excuse me. Oh, it's driving me nuts. Anyway. What is that? Oh, I can't quite reach it. Oh. Hey, Robert Hickman, how's it going? Hannah says hi, she's driving. Hi, Hannah, drive safely. Okay, where was I before I got distracted by an itch? Right. So I ended up, instead of 6 72 tray seed cells, I got all of those plants, because some of them did die. But I got all of those plants into 4 trays, which means there's more room on my table. I transplanted some of my tomatoes. None of my green peppers came. Well, some of them came, but then died. And the first clue was my medical marijuana plants were going yellow. And that's when I knew it was too hot. So I transplanted them too. Hey, oh, it's good to see everybody. Hey, Ann Lewis, Pam Robinson, Just Jen from sunny New Brunswick. So anyway, that is what I have been doing all day until about 3:30. My phone is acting really weird, and I don't know, so I can't check my mail on my phone. I have to probably phone TELUS or somebody, or Samsung or somebody, and talk to them. Hey, Ginger. Please excuse me. There's only one way this is going to work. What are you doing, baby? You tell Daddy if you gotta go pee. Don't come bugging me during the live. You tell Daddy. Sorry about that, folks. I actually had to take my shirt off, take my bra off, and scratch it because it was right under the strap and I couldn't reach it. My mom and I, hey, Bama Missy. My mom and I have been working on baby shower stuff today. I have a little granddaughter on the way. Wow. And your mom's with you? Do you know how blessed you are? That's like 4 generations. I've never met yet either one of my grandmothers. They died before I was born. Doris, Bev, they did an update. My phone, same issue. It's a Google update. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, oh well. No, it was just something that got caught between my brassiere strap and my back. Off came the shirt, off came the bra, onto the door jamb. And then everything's back on. I'm all good. Hey, Teflon 1, Betty, how are you, darling? Oh, bras are torture devices. So, I have transplanted all my celery, learned from my mistakes. Even though I started them um, and they were in first adult leaf before I transplanted them, that's the only reason any of them survived. Oh, please do. Connectedheartsfamily@gmail.com. Bev, am I the only one that uses a paintbrush as a pastry brush? No, I use one all the time. I use one all the time. If I can't, I buy them at the dollar store, two for $2 or something like that. Anna J. Hi, is it Anna or Anna? Anna. Hi, Anna. How are you, darling? Terry Ann White Bowling. How are you, darling? Marie Dunn got to run. Wanted to tell you all hello. We'll give my likes, then watch replay later. Have a great day, all. Well, thank you, darling. Okay. So, like I said, Mary Jane's home from the hospital. The phoenix has risen once again from the ashes. That woman has come close to death. I don't know how many times. I'm going to have to count because she's got to be coming up on her 9 lives. I'm sorry, my connection is so bad. I'm not able to keep up. I love you all. Gotta go. Okay, Doris, watch the replay if you can, sweetheart. Hey, Monica. Bev. Hi, I paid off what is a 401k? I paid off my 401k loan. No doubling down on truck payment. Now doubling down on truck payment. Should be paid off in 3 to 4 months. Woo! Good job, Monica. Good job. Howie's actually going out looking for work tomorrow. But I am firmly convinced that when upheavals of this magnitude, and trust me, when my husband has worked for 30 years, drunk or sober, and only ever missed 2 weeks of work in 30 years, that wasn't a holiday. All right? When he gets laid off and there's no job to go back to, it's a big deal. Right? But I'm also firmly convinced it's a retirement fund. Okay. So now they don't have enough work. There isn't enough work for him to come back to. So they've given him permission to look for work elsewhere. Not that he needed it, but when he first got laid off, he said to his boss, I'll give you 2 months to bring me back. Because they didn't want him to go anywhere else, because he's got years and years and thousands of dollars worth of training in him, right? Nobody wants to lose him, but if he can't afford to work there, they wanted to bring him back for less than what he's getting on unemployment insurance, right? Usually through your job. Okay, so it must be an American thing. When you repot your celery, do you plant it deeper like tomatoes? You can, Pam, only because celery is one of those plants that takes a lot of water, and a lot of people will actually bury it as it grows. Bring the soil up around it and bury it so that it won't be as dark a green as, like, say, mine is. It'll be the whiter kind, like you get in the lighter kind you get in the grocery store. So yeah, it won't hurt it to bury it up to the leaves. But it doesn't mean anything other than the fact that, they're just going to grow. So yeah, you can, but it's not going to make much of a difference. But it, just make sure they have lots of water. Could you do a video on cutting up a pork butt or a beef brisket? I haven't seen a beef brisket in I don't know how long. We can't even afford to go to Costco right now. So I don't know, when you say a pork butt, I'm not sure what you're asking me. I really don't know my cuts, even though we've butchered our own pigs. The butt is up around the shoulder. Okay. And the ham is actually the bum, right? Hey, Vicky Lemire and Joe. Hey, well, I'm not sure what you're asking me. You need to be more specific. But if you have an email a video you'd like to see me do and it's within my power, please email me a more detailed description of what you're looking for, and I'll see what I can do. Raph, hello, darling. How's it going? Raph is 4 days. Uh-oh. What's going on here? What's this? Did I lose my internet? OneDrive, you're not signed in. So what? I have no idea what's going on with my electronics these days. No idea whatsoever. There, I closed it. There we go. So my baby Raph, her birthday is on Saturday. What are you doing for your birthday? Baking muffins, and we'll be soaping. Awesome. You know what, Raph? I hope you're going to sell that soap, because people keep asking me to do more soaping videos, and you know what? I have a box of bar soap in my pantry that'll probably do us another 2 years. Pork butt, I make kind of an Italian sausage. I don't know. It's been not a long time, but I don't really do any of my own butchering anymore. Unless I come across a really good price on a roast or a loin or something at Costco, and I won't be going to Costco for a couple of months at least. Hey, Autumn Fireside. Sis is coming for my birthday tomorrow. Oh, will you be able to come down for a visit at some point? I don't want to take her away from you, but it would be really nice to see my girls, eh? Hey, Darlene Wright, how are you, darling? And Ellen Mayen, how's it going? I'm doing well. I'll have to go back and watch your answer. Buffering so bad, nothing helps. OneDrive is like the cloud. Ignore it. It's a Windows thing. Well, I just got rid of it. Okay. Okay, that would be awesome, Raph. If you can't make it, that's okay too. Maybe I'll drive up there if you want me to. But either way, it would be really nice to get some hugs. Honey, did you start the new wave? Excuse me. Wolfie, darling, did you start the new wave? No, I forgot. You forgot. Open a jar of beans and put them in a small pot, dear, too. So that's what's going on. That's all I've done today is transplanted stuff. But I now have more room on my table. So tomorrow I'm going to start those Manitoba tomatoes from M.I. Gardner. Wow. Those things are they're juggernauts, right? I mean, I've got a couple of brandy wines and I've got 2 Polish pear, whatever, and they're really little, but they're like this, and my Manitoba tomatoes like this. Hello. Right? So, I mean, I transplanted them down up to the leaves again so that but they didn't seem to do well. And I mean, Stephen told me to try some and then some others. The ones that I planted down deep in the cup and just wanted to fill with dirt, they didn't do as well. So go into Google Play Store and update all your apps. On my phone? We still have 2 months before we can plant outside. No. It's almost 2 months. Yeah. Right. Okay. But a lot of my stuff can be moved out to the greenhouse. And I want my tomato plants. Like someone said, oh, you're going to have full grown tomato plants with tomatoes on them. So I want them to be like full size with blossoms on them, like you get out of a garden center. Somebody just tipped me. It's not showing up on the chat, but it showed up on my phone. Scott, thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you very much. Hi, how are you? You mean to go into the Google Apps on my phone? I'm starting to worry that the technology between phones and desktops is getting too different. In Ontario, where I am, it's May 24th. Yeah, it's the same here. It's the same here, May 24 weekend. But I can also, like I said, put a lot of this stuff out into the greenhouse, right? But until then, I've got my grow lights set up, right? You can plant a little bit earlier if the soil is warm and workable, but you just cover them. You just put a dome over them or something of plastic or whatever, like cattle panels or whatever, like little mini greenhouses. In Canada, snowfall warning today in northern British Columbia. Yep, here too. Yeah, well, everyone thinks I'm nuts for starting them so early, but my celery plants are only that big. And my tomato plants are only that big. Well, actually, no, they're that big because I planted them again. Cold crops should be able to go out. Well, all my cold crops are like rutabagas, which I'm not planting. Or I am planting carrots, which I'm not. I'm putting in parsnips, rutabagas, beets this year. I want some canned beets. Well, that's another thing too. You're right, Mary Cook. You can cut them off until you could just cut them off if they get too big, or plant them deeper and cut the blooms off and everything. Just trim them down and they'll just bush out, right? I keep getting a time. Oh, okay. Doris, you're going to get timed out again because you wrote that in all caps. There is some kind of ghost digital moderator that's going through that's gone through the system with YouTube or Google updates or some stupid thing. But if you talk in all caps, you'll get timed out. If you do more than 2 or 3 emojis, you'll get timed out. So please only put my name, Bev, in all caps and to get my attention. The rest you'll get. I wouldn't be. Tell us if you've got timed out, Doris, for saying you said I keep getting timed out. I keep forgetting to warn people that that's been going on for quite some time. It shouldn't be a surprise of the snow to me here 50 years, but yuck. Yeah, I know. It's colder here than my ex's heart. Oh. I heard it was colder than a witch's heart, but then who knows? Wish the ghost did the housework. Seriously, eh? Like, come on, I don't know. I don't know who did it. I don't know. I didn't do it. Okay, well then the ghost better start paying rent, right? I have purple tomatoes and purple peppers for my grandson started. My green peppers died. I got like 10 banana pepper plants, which will be good for seasoning and stuff this year. It's YouTube. I'm on Windows and Apple, and the account gets timeouts, right? Vicky, you're going to get timed out for that. YouTube doing that all the time on a lot of videos. Well, I didn't do my, yeah, exactly. I didn't do my purple Cherokee this year. I just did Brandywine, the Polish pear ones, and the Manitoba tomatoes. Manitoba tomatoes have gone ape shit. They're just nuts. Bev, I planted collards and cabbage back in September. I harvested what I needed, and now they are going to seeds and flowers. Oh, awesome. My banana peppers are about that. The plants are about that big. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to trade some celery plants for some green pepper plants. Hey, Julia Lindsay, how are you? Blessings to you too. I don't have a lot of luck growing peppers here. I never have. But then again, I used to have luck growing tomatoes up here, but I always got 3 times as many green as I did red until I started starting them myself and getting them to the point where they're going to be almost adults when they go in the ground. And then when they get up above the cage, I just start chopping them off, whether they're determinate or indeterminate. If they grow up above a certain point, I just cut them off. And that lets all the growth go to the actual tomatoes. Hi from Limerick, Catherine Morrissey. Now, are you like Limerick, Ireland? Be careful with those all caps. You're going to get timed out. Starting my plants after my surgery, they will have 6 weeks to grow. Well, that's awesome. Can you only get Manitoba tomatoes? The Manitoba tomatoes, am I gardener? Well, I don't know how I got them. Either I ordered them or somebody sent them to me. But because they're called Manitoba tomatoes because they do well in northwestern Canada. And I'm in Western Quebec, you know, so and they growing fast. Hey, Paula, under pressure. How's it going, sweetheart? I'm so behind on starting my plants. Well, I'm early. So, I mean, you know, between the two of us, we'll get it right. Ireland, top of the afternoon to you. It's actually... I'm going to say it's about 8:30 there, isn't it? 8:30, 9 o'clock? I got timed out. Told ya. Told ya. I need to plant some, but hurt my back and hip. It's miserable. Oh, Julie. Hey, Martina. How's it going? All right. Excuse me. Stephen. Hey, Nana's Menagerie. How are you, darling? My beautiful little sister. Carol Toy, thank you. All right, give me a second. Planted garden number 48 last week in Missouri. Any tips for pest control for my tomato plants? What kind of pests? Are they slugs? Are they those big hornworms? I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot of problem. But if there's a slug issue, toast some eggshells. And don't grind them to a powder, just grind them to a crumble so that because when they're toasted and then you break them up into little like shards smaller than your baby fingernail, right? About half the size of your baby fingernail and scatter them around the bases of your tomato plants. That and diatomaceous earth will cut the bellies of slugs. I know that much. Just got in from day 3 yard work. My back is trash. Oh, we'll take it easy, honey. Hey, high heels, how's it going? I don't even know what timed out means. It means people get timed out and the computer says it's us or me or my moderators, but it's not. They, too many capital letters, too many emoticons, and the computer goes, oh, YouTube goes, oh no, you can't do that. Slugs don't like copper, so throw some pennies around your plants. Huh. Hey, Renee, how's it going? If you don't, if you don't have luck with peppers, try the Hungarian long peppers. I have better luck with those instead of bells. Are they sweet, though? I want sweet peppers because I have the banana peppers, right? Hungarian long peppers. I might have some of those somewhere. I will try that. Not sure, to be honest, but I will have black spots and holes on my tomatoes. Okay, black spots, is it at the bottom of your tomatoes? That's that may be blossom end rot. And what happens, you get blossom end rot from planting your tomatoes in the same spot every year. The soil becomes calcium and magnesium deficient. Now, the only reason my tomatoes have done fine is because I take eggshells and I toast them, and then I grind them to a powder, and then I mix the powder with 50% eggshell powder, toasted eggshell powder, and 50% Epsom salts, and I grind it again. and I put a heaping teaspoon and mix that into the soil in the hole. Like I mix it in the soil of the hole where I'm planting the tomato. That will help blossom end rot. Take care, Anna. All right, I'm going to be doing dinner right shortly here. Good to see you too, sweetheart. And we did put this in the same spot. Well, that's blossom end rot. I've learned that, that if you change, this is one of the reasons why farmers used to rotate crops. There would be beans, corn and beans, and they still do it today, even though they harvest they chemical fertilize everything, right? But the thing is beans will put nitrogen into the soil. Beans will put nitrogen into the soil, and corn robs the soil from nitrogen. So if you plant beans and corn, swap where you plant them every year, and they will actually help feed each other. It's companion planting in a way. It's crop rotation. So if you can't if you can't change where you plant your tomatoes every year, then make sure they get a good dose of toasted eggshell powder and ground Epsom salts, equal amounts, heaping teaspoon. Mix it into the hole, like make your hole for your tomato, mix it into the dirt, and then put your tomato plant in there, and remember to plant it right up to the bottom set of leaves. Hey, Garden State Gardener. Garden State, that's New Jersey, right? My dad always left one field empty. Well, there you go, right? And that's called leaving it fallow, right? So if you leave a field empty, that allows the soil to regenerate some of its nutrients. It gets weeds and grass and all kinds of stuff. And that will enrich the soil itself. You're welcome, honey. Dallas. Can you believe it? Gentleman that comes over to chat with hubby going in for back surgery, and no one in family offered to take him. He lives with his sis, hubby, and their 20-year-old son. I'm going to take him. Will you just be careful, okay? And you're right, Dallas. We got to stick together because we know what it's like to not have support sometimes, right? We know what it's like. Mary Jane got herself to the hospital for her surgery. Did you know that? Brigitte, hi, darling. I'm probably late into the live stream, but wanted to say hi anyway. Well, we got a few minutes left, honey. Don't you worry. He's in his 50s. You can't drive. You cannot drive yourself. I know. God love you, Dallas. Hey, Lacey Black. This year, I'm leaving my garden to fallow. Well, Howie can no longer get pallet collars. So the 4 that I actually have, I'm going to put in front of the pool and put my peppers in. I'm not going to be able to take mine up one more tier unless I find more pallet collars. But I do want to get some composted garden soil to top up my beds, because when you pull plants out, dirt gets thrown, dirt gets compacted. One of them big garden claws? I'm going to get me one of them so I can aerate the soil and mix stuff in too. Hey, Wesley, how are you, darling? Sorry for missing the live. Love to you, Bevan family. No problems, Della. No problems. Two Family Homestead. There she is. She's got 2 channels, Two Family Homestead and Nana's Menagerie. That's our Sherry Harris Hole Camp. We have friends in Tennessee coming up next week, and they are bringing around 40 nearly new pallets. In exchange, we're giving them 2 grills. Oh, there you go. I had a mole removed and sent for biopsy. Also, an old lady bump, aka skin tag. Oh, I've got them everywhere. Skin tags are just from where your skin rubs together. And I used to have them on my neck, and I just pick them off when they're really small. I just take them right off with a fingernail. Vendetta Prospecting. Hola! How's it going? Sorry for missing the live. Love you, Bev and family. Oh, Della, it's okay. Scott, thank you. Thank you very much. Nothing like bartering. Well, that's what I'm hoping I can barter out, celery plants. But there's really nothing I need except for pepper plants. Daryl has one under his arm. He's determined to remove himself. You want to know how you can do it really easily? And I am not a doctor or a medical professional, but my sister in law is a nurse and she does this for her husband. Nail clippers. Sterilize them, alcohol them, and go right down at the base, but don't get the skin. Get it right at the base. Or you can take a thread and tie them off. Bartering's always a win-win. I will miss next Tuesday having place on face removed and will not be around. Wanted to let you know ahead of time. Okay, Dallas. We'll make sure you're in our prayers. Skin tag was just cosmetic. Mole was for biopsy. That's how it works. Skin tags are that. They're just cosmetic. Boy, that just made me shiver. Yeah, but I mean, I used to get them in here all the time. I still have a few in here. But there's some that remind me of... Now let it sit for 10 minutes, dear. Do you need pepper seeds? I have lots. Hey, KP, I have a lot of seeds. Let me know what you need. Well, it's too late for me to start them now, maybe. I need green pepper plants. I have banana peppers, and they're growing, but my green pepper plants, my seeds did not take. Edie Murray, salic acid works for skin tags. Just don't use it if you're allergic to aspirin. Really? There you go. You're so beautiful, Sherry. Sherry, baby. I love you, Sherry. I so wish I could grow things still, just not able any longer. I know, sweetheart. You know what? And I'm not looking forward to that day myself. But as long as I can still buy walker if I have to, make it around my raised beds, then I'm gonna, right? How can I get them to you? You can mail them to me. Email me at connectedheartsfamily@gmail.com. If somebody will put, Sherry, could you put that address in there for me? And I will, I'll send you my mailing address. Bev, hey, Brienne, I have a large skin tag on the back of my knee. I tried string and it still hasn't worked. Any more suggestions? Hey, Cali Chaos. Have you tried freezing it off with like a compound W? There is those things. You can buy a thing that you can freeze and then just pick it off. But other than that, no, I can't help you, darling. Green peppers meaning bells. I have bells and different mild peppers. Yes, sweet peppers. Any kind of sweet peppers. You can buy skin tag removal stuff at the drugstore. Burns like a son of a gun, but works well. Hey, Penny D. Thank you, KP. Michelle Maria, try apple cider vinegar. Bev, are you on live chat? Yes, I'm on live chat. Why? No, I didn't know that. Thanks. Yeah, just go to the pharmacy. You might need to go to a dermatologist. That's what I'm having to do. Well, that depends on what it is too, right? Like, don't do things if you don't know exactly what it is. Like, don't mistake a mole for a skin tag and try and cut that off, because moles are funny. And what if there is precancerous cells in that mole and you just pissed it off? So you gotta know what you're doing. So please be careful, okay? Well, listen, I have to go and finish making supper. I haven't even had a puff yet. Has anyone tried chocolate green peppers? Well, they're not green then, they're chocolate. They're a sweet pepper. Most green peppers actually are only green because they're not completely ripe. They usually go red. That is their natural state. I don't really do a lot of green peppers because I would rather have a red sweet pepper or anything that will, because they give me heartburn, right? But I loved that hollowing out of the peppers and then freezing them on a cookie sheet and then stacking them and then pulling out hollowed out frozen green peppers and stuffing them with home canned ground meat and cooked rice and like making, it is so easy to make stuffed green peppers when everything's prepared ahead of time, right? Thank you, Jaton. Give me a second. Hey, Gothic Sugar. Smash an aspirin drop of water and use that, Bev. I hope everyone is okay. Wanted to say hi. I bought the seeds in and already planted some. Awesome. I want to send hugs and love to you all. Sorry I worried you. I will be fine. Okay, well, Dallas, just, keep me posted on chat so that I can let people know that you're okay. All right. I know I've been really neglectful as a friend for a couple of weeks. And but yeah, I was getting worried because I hadn't heard from you. Have you heard from Heather? Well, Heather is working on her hands and her legs and her arms. So have I personally heard from Heather? Absolutely not. And I wouldn't expect her to. But she has been putting updates at least once a week on YouTube. And whenever I see them, I share them on her thing. But she's doing good. The kids are almost out of their casts. It won't be much longer. So they'll be out of their casts and the neck brace and everything for summer. Hopefully, I saw Heather trying to walk. And so there's nothing keeping that woman down. So in case she sees this, Heather, you've got all our love and our support and daily prayers. God love you, woman. You are such an inspiration. Why they burn all the time. I hope it was a good burn. I missed that. I stuff the peppers and then freeze them. Really? Do you stuff them with raw meat? Like, I don't know how that would do. Country girl. Has anyone heard from M. Jackson Dolly? Who's M. Jackson? I don't know. Of course it was good. Dawn and I were chatting, and Andy will be up here next. Oh, okay. All right. So anyway, just keep your eyes peeled for updates on YouTube. Go to Heather's channel, subscribe, ring that bell. You could do it here too if you want. And that way, whenever a video gets put out, because she does have someone helping her, but whenever she puts out an update video and everything, it'll come up on your thing, right? Tessie. We love Tessie. Anyway, Father has put the chicken in for its second round in the new wave oven. So I'm going to absolutely run Heather's channel. Absolutely. I don't know what happened, but somebody watched my bread video yesterday or the day before, and it just went, like it doubled in views for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we'll see, right? Hey, Recyclable Homestead, recycling. Reduce, reuse, recycle, but first of all, always reduce. You know what, grumpy old witch? They are doing fine. And what the YouTube community has done for Heather, what the YouTube and homesteading community has done for Heather is they have bought her time so that she can heal without worrying about payments and cars and all those things, like bills and car payments and house payments and funeral payments and all these things. That's one thing that's happened, is now she has time to heal without worrying about how she's going to keep things together, right? Hey, Melody Ray. I do. YouTube pushed all the bread videos yesterday. Really? Really? All the bread videos. Why? I wonder why they would do that. Oh, I love you too, little dragonfly. Hi, Chris White. Absolutely. The thing is there can be a lot of idiots and nasty people on YouTube, and there's a lot of people who are out there solely to make money. Yeah, it's good to have, a YouTube income to help out, especially now with Howie off work. right? But the thing is there's a lot of wonderful friendships and communities and camaraderies. I have never met Heather um, in my life. Never met Noreen of Noreen's Kitchen. Never met Dallas. Never met Patricia Furia. But do I consider these people my family? Of course, you're my family. This is how it works, right? Bev, it might be for the cottage core hashtag. I know a lot of them look at bread baking. Okay. Did Mary Jane come in? There she is. Here but leaving, pills are kicking in. Okay, sweetheart. When do you get your PSW back? I met you. Yes, I met you. And I met Kathy Jo Tortois. And I met Alicia, because I called her Alicia Keys. I mean, I've met people. It's like Mary Jane going, talking, saying, well, so-and-so from so-and-so on YouTube. And I said, Mary Jane, I don't know these people. It's just, just because I'm on YouTube doesn't mean I know everybody. You know what I mean? I'm still, people come, people go, people come, people stay. And the people who stay around long enough, I eventually get to learn your names. And if you'll notice, I will nickname people to give me like a kick to remember, right? Look, Heather has talked a lot of you on her video, Bev. Which video? Heather is one of the most wonderful, sweet, loving, biggest hearted people. You know how the Grinch's heart was 2 sizes too small? Well, hers is 2 sizes too big. I'm convinced. Not too big. Her just how can you not love Heather? How can you not love Heather? I have over 10 years with you. Absolutely, Dallas, you do. You mean you don't actually know your 96 plus thousand subscribers? No. But I mean, I get to know people. Right? Terry Welsh, Bev, some banana peppers are sweet. There's also semi-sweet and hot. Wasn't sure if you knew that. Pretty sure I hope mine are hot. But if they're not, they'll be sweet, won't they? I can't wait for all of us to meet up too. Heather mentions you in her celery vids and potato vids. I know. Oh, God love her. God love her. I learned about this channel randomly watching Homesteading in 2010 to 2012 from Janol. Yes, Janol's my little brother. Stephen, I'm worried that Stephen didn't come here today, but knowing that it's spring and knowing Stephen, he's probably working like crazy. I just normally catch in replays. Well, I recognize your name. There's the names I recognize. Little Dragonfly. I recognize most of these names that are here, right? Some folks are new, some aren't. My computer keeps crashing and it's flickering now. So I'm going to get off here. But because we've been here due to my weird schedule, we all have weird schedules. We're all going to be fine. We get here sooner or later, right? Now listen. I have to get off here and finish making supper. And then I have to edit me transplanting all this celery and tomatoes and stuff for y'all for tomorrow. Just spilled hot coffee down my chest. Oh, ow, darling. Don't do that. Be careful. All right. For all those who care to, now people are going to start leaving and that's okay. But for all those who care to, and if you don't want to stay, that's not a judgment on you. We're not going to judge you on that. Okay. We just want to gather ourselves together here at the end and link our hearts and link our hands and connect with our higher power or the great spirit or whatever you call your higher power to boost our energy as we send out a pulse of love, light, and joy and positive emotion to the world, right? So you do you. I talk to my higher power. You talk to yours. And if you don't have a higher power, but you believe in energy, that's good too, right? Mary Jane, I love you. Okay. Howie, can you put the kettle on for the mashed potatoes? We're having instant tonight. All right. For all those who care to, Please take a nice deep breath and let's push back at the darkness, okay? Take care, Anne. Lacey Black. I don't know your name, Lacey Black. I think it's Karen, but I'm not sure, right? I have a hard enough time remembering folks' names on here, let alone remembering them by their real names elsewhere. So it takes time, and I'm getting old. My memory's getting fallible. It would be a wonderful meetup, wouldn't it? All right, so here we go. Oh, great spirit, original spirit of which from which my spark came. Thank you so much for the sounds of the red-winged blackbirds and the chickadees and the birds and it was just such a wonderful feeling. The smells and sounds of spring raise my blood to sing. Oh, thank you, God, for spring. Thank you, God, for helping Mary Jane once again rise from the ashes with a brush with death that she has so often. Thank you for looking after our Dallas and giving Dallas the strength to look after her neighbor. And, thank you, God, for bringing us together so that even if it's only a word or a digital hug, it's really nice that we can be together and share love and support. God, we're going to lift up all the people that need you the most, the people that are in pain or healing or have surgeries or fear, upcoming surgeries, or there's fear in their lives, or they're alone. Anything that may cause a negative feeling, whether it's pain, mental, emotional, or physical or spiritual, God, we just want to lift everybody up through the darkness, through the clouds, so that the sunshine of your love can smile down upon them and leak into their broken hearts and souls and bodies, and so that your love will give us some relief. Give us all some relief. May we go forward from here until we meet again. Examples of love, patience, tolerance, and peace. Amen. Shalom. Namaste. Merry meet. Miigwech. Boof. Went the light. Can you feel it? I feel it. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead saying, see you guys. What's today? Tuesday? We'll see you guys for the next public live stream on Thursday and then probably Sunday. Take care. God bless. I love you guys. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever let somebody else make you look at yourself with anything less than the love you deserve. I love you. Take care. God bless.